took extraordinary scenes of bravery by thousands of Buddhist monks and their supporters in Rangoon to bring Burma finally to the attention of the world. On Friday the 29th of September, I left the comfort of Carshalton to join more than 250 people in Piccadilly on a cold, wet day. We were protesting outside the Burmese Embassy in central London against the atrocities that we have seen, thanks to people inside one of the most secretive and brutal countries in the world. They've risked their lives to show us what they face. We've seen the blood. We've seen the cold-blooded cutting down of the Japanese photographer Kenji Nagai. Yet we've also seen the calm, peaceful dedication of the revered monks from the Shwedagon Pagoda and other parts of Rangoon. My father was born and raised in Rangoon. My family moved to the UK at the end of the 50s throughout the 60s, as the military leaders started their repression with imposing Burmese names on everyone. My aunt lived on campus at the university when the military junta blew up the student union building. Several of her friends were never seen again, presumed dead or having fled across the border. This was in 1962. The problem that we see now is not new, but every moment it's allowed to go on, one of the previously best educated, resource-filled countries in Southeast Asia continues its horrific descent. This man is from the Kachin state in north of Burma. He explained the pain and abuse that so many have suffered. The Karen tribe in the east have had 14,000 people slain by soldiers with their villages burned down. Chin State has seen scenes of torture and forced labour camps, with people trying to escape, thrown onto a fire or to burn, or repeatedly stabbed before being thrown into salt water. The frustration of those present at the inability of the United Nations to act came through. China and Russia were clearly seen as the bloc to action with their own agendas, selling the junta weapons. Burma has the largest army in Southeast Asia, with no external enemies. I asked several other campaigners why they were there, how we could get involved as a public, and what they thought the UK government and other governments should be doing.
I just came by my own will, to demonstrate.
That's fantastic.
Because of inside Burma, so many monks and students, very young, and then so many ordinary people has been killed by military regime. That's why I am as a human, and not only as a Burmese people, Burmese, nationality. As a human, I couldn't, stay away from this affair, That's why I came and involved in this demonstration by my own way.
Are you hoping? What are you hoping exactly to achieve out of this? Is it just the strong voice or direct action?
I want, to my own, opinion, a direct action on this military regime, because just keep asking, keep telling to them, please moderate and compromise, and so is not effective to this very, very wild regime. They don't understand. They don't understand any polite language, any polite usage. They don't understand because they got weapons. That is why they want to sort it out anything with weapons.
So I asked the United Kingdom government to lead the European Union to go into the United Nations Security Council to get a resolution, not stop issuing the statement or whatever strongest or stronger or whatever. Stop issue the statement and stop verbal warning to this regime. Regime is a death. So take action now.
Thank you. What can we do as individuals, as British public? What can the British public do?
Yeah, the British public can do so many things to help. Just meet with your local MP and talk to this MP, to the pressurize to the now Labour Party who take the control of this UK as a governmental. Yeah.
Have you been in contact, or are you still able to be in contact with people in Burma?
Yes, and recently and this morning at 9 o'clock, since 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm trying to contact with the inside movement. My people is out there. They are ready for sacrifice for their life to achieve and to end the dictatorship that rules my country for more than 4 decades.
So, can I ask why you're out supporting in particular today on this campaign?
I've supported the Burma campaign for many years. I mean, I feel the sort of starting with the awful situation where Aung San Suu Kyi was democratically elected and failed to actually take her rightful place. So I've been a supporter since then, and I just feel that everyone that I speak to, Burmese people, is saying this is the last time this is going to happen, and this feels kind of something really momentous, And I think the whole thing has arisen from the fact that the economic situation over there is so appalling. I've read that people who were spending 50% of their week's wages, which is enough as it is on transport to work because of the cost of travel, are now spending 70%, and people are going hungry because of it, And that's, I believe, what sort of sparked this all off. And I feel that I'm just really, I feel pessimistic about it, but I'm really hoping that it kind of fires up the whole population to once and for all do what they can.
Do you think there's anything more the government can do?
Oh, I think our government could do a lot more, although their hands are tied, I think, by Russia and China, who keep vetoing, any suggestions to even make comments, negative comments, So I think George Bush has imposed sanctions, hasn't he? And I feel if he can do it, what a ridiculous situation that is. What's going on there? I had Laura Bush on the radio going, isn't terrible? And I thought, well, what is going on there? But I personally feel whoever it is, whatever it takes, good. That's what they're doing.
What about members of the public? What do you think the British public can get involved in?
I think what the British public have to do is have a bit of imagination about how that situation would run in a country like this, because I think we're very kind of cosy in our representative democracy. We pretty much please ourselves, and it's very comfortable for a lot of people. But all it needs for you to do is just imagine, if you can, what it would be like to be constantly under surveillance, to not be able to protest, to not speak out against the government. For example, they've just arrested one of the country's top comics, I understand, who took food and water to the protesters. So let's face it, doesn't take much. So I think the British public, I think globally we should guard democracy wherever we can and however much it takes for us to do it. And if the British public came out and supported the Burmese people more, I think that would push our government to do more than they're doing.
The United Nations struggles to act, weighed down with the intransigence of Russia and China. The European Union is hamstrung by the fact that France's largest company, Total Oil, pumps £450 million a year into Burma in order to pump oil and gas out, and the UK is reluctant to move without the EU, a diplomatic nicety that wasn't considered for long in the build-up to the invasion of Iraq. Aung San Suu Kyi has stated that there is no proof that tougher sanctions will hurt the Burmese people, any more than they're being hurt now. This uprising in Burma may be the people's last chance. It must succeed.
We want to achieve freedom and democracy in Burma. So now we are here, we declare that we are going to fight until we win.
You've heard from the people of Burma what you can do to get involved. I hope that you'll visit the Burma Campaign UK website to see what you can do at www.burmacampaign.org.uk.
How many people they would like to see to die or killed by this regime that rules in Burma? This is a time to act.